through tariff hikes. We want to change that and challenge our conventional thinking on freight policies to win back our share on the transportation sector. We will exploit new sources of revenue so that every asset, tangible or non-tangible, gets optimally monetized. New manak, new norms, each rupee that get expensed will be re-examined to ensure optimal productivity. We will take a zero-based budgeting approach to the financials in the ensuing year. We will improve our efficiency yardsticks and procurement practices to bring them in line with international best practices. We will continue to innovate and optimize our outgo on each activity. Nava Sanarachana, new structures. We need to reimagine the conventional ways of solving issues. Cooperation, collaboration, creativity, and communication should be the hallmark of our decision-making and actions. We will revisit all processes, rules, and structures to enable this and transformation. We will draw upon our inherent strengths, diverse talents, and rich experience to emerge stronger. I am reminded of Harvansh Bachchanji when he said, "Nav umang, nav tarang, जीवन का नवा प्रसंग, नवल चाह, नवल राह, जीवन का नवा प्रवाह." Madam, for the year 2016-17, we expect an operating ratio of 92% after including the immediate impact of the 7th Pay Commission as against 90% likely to be achieved in the current year. It is pertinent to note that ordinary working expenses grew by 32.5% in year 2008-2009 due to the impact of the 6th Pay Commission, while we are targeting to restrict the growth of ordinary expenses only by 11.6%, a saving of 8,720 crores from the budget estimates last year will be effected this year, neutralizing the most of the revenue shortfall. We significantly reduced the cost of power procured for taxation by signing long-term agreements, brought down inventory carrying costs, and launched austerity drives. In the next year, we are increasing the rigor on cost optimization multifold. For the first time, absolute reductions as compared to the previous year have been planned in categories like diesel and electricity through concrete and rigorous planning. Further, with an optimistic outlook for the economy and various measures outlined later, we hope to generate revenues of the order of 1,84,820 crore next year, 10.1% higher than the revised target for the current year. The statement of financial performance for 2015-16 and budget estimate for receipts and expenditure for 2016-17 is at Annex 1. Investment. We have ramped up capital expenditure to remove the huge backlog of the past as well as to provide for the current and future needs of the organization. We have overhauled age-old practices, bottlenecks, and delegated powers effectively to the functional levels. As a result, the rate of capital expenditure has increased substantially in the later quarters of this year and should now grow exponentially. We will continue to employ this new approach to our capital expenditure. We have managed to break away from the average capital expenditure. It used to be 48,100 crores over the period 2009 to 2014 and an average growth of only 8% per annum to achieve a quantum jump. This year, our investment would be close to double of the average of previous years, a feat never achieved earlier. For the year 2016-17, the capital plan has been pegged at 1.21 lakh crores, 1,21,000 crores. This magnitude of investment calls for abandoning the business-as-usual approach and continuously innovating to find new ways of sourcing funds and to look at executing projects, be it by forming joint ventures with states, developing new framework for PPP, scouting international markets for rupee bonds, or engaging with multilateral and bilateral agencies. We will be at the forefront of infrastructure growth in the country. We have for the first time incorporated a statement in the Pink Book of sanctioned works, a list of partnership projects being undertaken with state governments and other agencies. Every rupee of investment in railways has the capacity to increase economy-wide output by a factor of 5. The impact that this increased investment in railways will have on the economic growth of the country is unprecedented. That is efficient and predictable, a system that is sparkling and pristine, where the people of my country feel at ease, where there is a plenty of choice in every sphere of activity and the ease of doing business pervades the entire railway ecosystem. In short, a system that is capable of taking care of its own needs financially and otherwise. By 2020, we look forward to meeting the long-felt desires of the common man of this country. 1. Reserved accommodation on trains being available on demand. Timetable freight trains with credible service commitments. High-end technology to significantly improve safety record. Elimination of all unmanned level crossings. Punctuality increased to almost 95%. Increase average speed of freight trains to 50 km per hour and mail express trains to at least 80 km per hour. Semi-high-speed trains running along the Golden Quadrilateral, zero direct discharge of human waste. I am thankful to the various committees, including the committee chaired by my friend Dr. Debroy, whose recommendations have informed our vision. Many of the recommendations, being already a part of my last year's budget speech, have been expedited implementation, while there is a steady progress on several others. Our Prime Minister demands the conversion of vision into specific reality with speed, efficiency and total transparency. As I stand to deliver my second budget, I am conscious that this is not only a moment for the evaluation of new ideas, but also an examination of last year's momentum. Accountability is an ongoing principle in public life. I am happy to announce that action has been initiated on 139 budget announcements made last year. For the first time, an implementation report is included as Annex 2. Madam, let me take a few minutes to dwell on the progress of some of the key initiatives taken during this year. With great pleasure, I wish to inform the House that bankable railway projects are now assured of funding and should be completed within the next 3 to 4 years. We have introduced a new way of funding our projects through institutional financing. LIC has agreed to invest rupees 1.5 lakh crores over 5 years on extremely favorable terms. We are also looking forward to setting up a fund with multilateral assistance from financing railway projects for more resources. During the current financial year, we have been able to set new benchmark on project execution. We will be surpassing the ambitious target of commissioning 2,500 kilometers of broad gauge lines. This will be almost 30% higher than the last year. In the next year, we plan to commission 2,800 kilometers of track. This year, we changed the metric from completioning to commissioning. Completion can be a misleading term, a paper reality. Nothing has started functioning until it has been commissioned. It is with pride that I inform this august House that we are poised to commission broad gauge line at a rate of 7 kilometers per day against the average 4.3 kilometers per day in the last 6 years. This pace will increase to about 13 kilometers per day in 2017-18 and 19 kilometers per day in 18-19 and will generate employment of about 9 crore man days in 17-18 and 14 crore man days in year 18-19. Electrification, it has been established that electrical traction is more economical besides being environment friendly. In a business as usual approach, it may take 10 to 15 years to complete the required electrification, which we are targeting to complete in the next few years. We will accelerate the process and increase the pace manifold through innovative approaches of financing and project management, including partnership with Ministry of Power. We will formulate a framework where the net savings from electrification will be able to finance the capital expenditure to minimize the strain on government exchequer. This year, we intend commissioning 1,600 kilometers, which is the highest ever. In the next financial year, we have increased the outlay for railway